What's one subject in school you could learn about all day? I had a teacher who made history so interesting that I could have listened to him talk about it all day. He was a Vietnam vet and would tell us stories about his time in the war and then relate it to what we were learning in class. He would also bring in guest speakers, like a Holocaust survivor, and we would have to write papers on their experiences. One day, he brought in a man who had been a prisoner of war in Vietnam. He told us about how he was captured and tortured and how he was eventually rescued. It was a harrowing story, and I remember being on the edge of my seat the entire time. After he finished speaking, our teacher told us that we had to write a paper on what we had just heard. I was so moved by the man's story that I ended up writing a 10-page paper. I got an A on it, and my teacher told me that it was one of the best papers he had ever read. I still have that paper somewhere, and I occasionally read it to remind myself of how lucky I am to live in a free country.